Troy Donahoo is a pretty tough guy.
I got smashed, and so it was going to be 2.5, 3 years of reconstructive surgery, or they told me I could be walking in 8 weeks, so I opted to be walking in 8 weeks.
So tough, in fact, he opted to have his leg amputated as opposed to years of surgery.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Ain't much changed, just a little bit slower.
But he hasn't slowed down much.
This is technically my running leg. This is my carbon fiber, so it's got spring in it, so I can actually run somewhat like a normal person.
And go kayaking. It was...
So about 6:30 at night, we decided we were going to go float Campbell Creek for the first time.
The stream that winds and meanders its way through Anchorage.
By the time we got to the peanut farm, I'd already flipped over twice. My nephew had flipped over once.
So Troy and the gang were scooting down the river here. It was pretty high, and they were having a good time. They decided to stop at the peanut farm, get a few libations, right? And then they took off again, and that's when it happened.
Stepped out in the swift current, and my leg was a little wet, and so it just swept it right off my leg.
He lost his leg.
About 12:30 at night is when we tipped over the final time.
And not just his leg.
I watched my kayak float away right as I was still sitting there on the bank, couldn't do much about it.
Troy was in a bit of a conundrum.
I was like, oops, and then I was standing in the middle of the creek in the stream, so I didn't realize it at first, and then I go to take a step, and then my leg's not there, obviously, then I fall down. I ended up getting some scuff marks on my leg because I had to use that nub to be able to crawl out of the water, and then I just crawled to the riverbank and then just started sitting there, and then it was, like I say, it was 12:30 at night, so it was starting to get cold, so then I just started breathing down my shirt and keeping my core body warm.
No leg, no kayak. Troy needed help.
Unfortunately, I had to call the fire department and tell them I wanted them just to bring me a pair of crutches and a blanket because I was cold, and I just wanted to be crutches so I could walk myself out.
So crews helped Troy navigate the steep slope.
I had to end up hopping, I don't know, 100 yards or so, and then they put me on a gurney and pushed me about a quarter mile back to the parking lot where I waited on a friend to come pick me up.
With Troy safe, there was that little matter of a missing leg.
We went back the next day looking for the kayak and my leg, and it was unsuccessful.
But not so fast. Troy's girlfriend?
I didn't know that my girlfriend posted on Facebook about that.
Social media. Enter total strangers, Chandra and Teresa.
Did you see this? This guy lost his leg.
We didn't even know him.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop them.
I think in the beginning we had high hopes of finding it right off the bat.
They were on a mission to find Troy's leg.
No, it wasn't. It took us a day before, and then we went back out the next day.
Almost giving up.
We think we're done. We're probably not going to find it. There's no way it could have made it down this far.
They were just about ready to give up. It's like, man, we ain't going to find this thing. And they went around one last corner.
But then this happened.
We got it!
They found it about a mile downstream from where I lost it.
To say they were excited to find the leg, that would be an understatement. Here's Chandra, Teresa, and Keith holding up the leg, well, like it was the...
It was like finding the Stanley Cup out there. It was amazing.
But all of this really...
It was just a really good feeling to know we were going to be helping somebody in the community.
A 1 in a million shot, finding a leg that doesn't even float.
It was a really great feeling. It was a really great feeling.
Because sometimes when you don't have a leg to stand on, a little faith can...
That one does give me a little bit of hope.
And that's all we really want, a little hope.
So they really, they put a lot of effort into finding it for me.
Oh, and Troy, you going to do anything different next time you head out here on Campbell Creek?
Probably tying a string or something from that to my shorts or something.
Put a leash on that thing.
Put a leash on it.
And that's the Allgood News.